Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Master Cloud. I'm your caster, and I am back for another cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King. And I am super excited to be back with you guys. I know it's been a little while. I don't really want to talk about it too much. I know it's been a little while, guys, but I am back, and I am here to bring you this game from the map of the Shire. And this is an incredibly long loading screen. Okay, here we go. Now we are going to be having a 3 versus 3 on the Shire. This is going to be Fenris spawning down in the right-hand side as Agmar. His ally is going to be Predator spawning to his left in really the 6 o'clock position. And then to Predator's left, slightly up, is going to be Max spawning as the Elves. Now their opponents across the way here is going to be Gottfriends spawning as Isengard. His ally in the center is going to be 6 Dio, who I'm going to be calling 6 for this match for ease of name. And Spor is going to be spawning as Mordor. Now the Shire is a very interesting map. It's very small. As you can see on the map, the players are extremely close together. There is a lot of buildings that can be captured on the map, including a couple of outposts, the inn along the center here. Here's the second outpost down here. And there is an outer ring as well that does hold a lot of, well, for one, it holds the signal fires, but it also holds a lot of war glares, troll dens, things like that that may come into play if those areas get utilized. Actually, I'm not seeing a troll den, so I guess it's just going to be war glares on the outside. Now guys, just to explain, maybe I'll get into it just a little bit here. I did move from Michigan to Boston, so I'm in Boston, Massachusetts right now. Well, just outside Boston, technically. But so I did end up moving, which took a long time, and on top of that, my computer was, I don't want to say broken, but not working correctly, and it still really isn't, but it's working good enough that I can go ahead and get in and cast this game for you guys. Now we are going to be seeing Fenris here going for some pikemen, charging forward with that Thrallmaster and those pikemen, going to be applying some pressure here to Mordor. Spor, who is going to be building several orc pits, going for the mass orc warrior strategy, it appears. He might be pumping out some archers sometime soon as well. Meanwhile, in the center, Predator here, his dwarves has gone for, looks like, a bunch of mines. Does he actually have any units out on the field yet? Not that I see. Now, on the left-hand side, Max here has gone for an early stables. Does he have a group of horsemen out? If he does, they've already been killed off. Looks like a group of pikemen is going to be moving in here from Gottfriends, the Isengard player, and he is going to be focusing down that green pasture. That would be a big loss if he were to lose that. It looks like the horsemen are still alive. They are here. They will be capturing this outpost. But he needs to do something to deal with these pikemen before he loses this pasture. It costs 600 to build that, so it would be pretty regrettable if he loses that. He is going to get some help from Predator here coming in from the right side. His ally going to be poking these pikemen in the back, and it looks like he will go ahead and be able to save that. Meanwhile, there's tons of orcs being spawned here. The men player 6 is now going to be moving up around the right side as well, going to be attempting to supply some pressure to Fenris. Fenris does have a couple of Hall of the King's Men here, going to be pumping out a couple of Thrallmasters, and they will be, looks like, going to be moving towards the center, possibly going to grab this outpost. Definitely should claim that right away, as it does provide a great increase to income. I'm trying to figure out what happened to those horsemen. Have they been moving around? Have they been able to focus anything down? Not that I can tell so far. We do actually have more pikemen just charging in here. Looks like they might have been able to get that builder, but Max does go ahead and pull that away. So now they're just going to be moving in, once again, going for that pasture. I'm not sure why they're focusing on this so much. I'm not even sure they're going to be able to get it this time with the archers here. Maybe with the second group they might be able to take that down. Looks like we are going to have a small skirmish here in the center as the dwarves battle. Here finally come in the horsemen, going to be getting a nice hit on some of those units from 6. The Gondor soldiers will fall quite quickly with that amount of units in there. And it looks like the green pasture does go down. However, at what cost? He is going to be losing an additional 2 battalions. of those pikemen there. And he's going to lose his bats as well, although that's not as big of a deal. But really spending, 3 units of pikemen there to go for 1 building. Not sure that's worth it. But the Isengard player here hopefully knows what he is doing. Now going to be pumping out the Wildmen and going to be capturing this outpost. I would hope that he does need to capture that here quite quickly. This one finally being captured as well. These outposts are incredibly important, and you definitely want to go for them. They're basically worth like 3 or 4 mines, depending on the percentage of the mine that you put down. As you can see, this one's making 20. I think the outpost here makes 65. Is it? It is just going to be 60. So it's basically 3 of mines at 20 there. So incredible amount for just 1 space, and definitely want to be grabbing that. Now we are going to have a huge battle here. Mordor does have the tainted land bonus down, so his orcs are gaining a bonus. Although these horsemen are just doing terrible damage, running through and trampling through the orcs. The dwarves now showing up from Predator as well, and with these reinforcements, the horsemen are going to retreat as the pikemen arrive, and the dwarven pikemen are going to take over the battle here, focusing down these pikemen in the front. And these pikemen are actually just trying to run through. They're actually getting poked to death as they move towards those horsemen. I think they're clicked onto them, and he will lose a lot of those as a result. Even with the terrain bonus here, the forces of Mordor just not sufficient to take out Fenris's Angmar warriors here, as he does have the pikemen in the front, but more importantly the axe throwers in the back, which of course do have less health but can deal a substantial amount of damage. And with those axe throwers in the back, these Easterlings are going to fall. Angmar and the dwarves continuing to press forward here, and it looks like Spor here going to be in a lot of trouble. We're going to have to come back shortly here and see if he can go ahead and hold that off or not. Meanwhile, in the center, dwarves and Angmar actually pushing to the left as well. The white player, 6 men, is going to have to retreat. Glorfindel is actually out for max now, and Glorfindel going to be chasing down these pikemen. They might be able to turn around and deal some damage to him. Meanwhile, these horsemen still alive here, now up to level 2, and that does mean that they will begin to regen units. And it looks like they're going to manage to escape once again. Glorfindel continuing to just stand in here and poke, or really not poke, but slice down these units. On the right-hand side, Hwaldir now out for Fenris, a great warrior to have out with your hordes of pikemen and other Angmar warriors. They don't work with the orcs, but they do work with the Rudar spearmen as well as the Rudar axe throwers. Ruduar. Not quite sure how to pronounce that, but we're going to go with Rudar because I feel like I can pronounce that easy enough. So that's what we're going to do. And meanwhile, he is going to be grabbing an extra farm here. Looks like Spor here lost both of his orc pits, so his production is severely limited. All he can do is sort of mass-produce Easterlings right now, attempting to get up another orc pit in the back here. Hwaldir going to have to fall back here. Hwaldar going to have to fall back there, as he has taken a little bit too much damage. Going to have to start to regen some of that health. Meanwhile, Glorfindel continuing to push forward on the left-hand side. The top players here looking to be in a lot of trouble. Isengard at least has a good production here. Going to be going for an extra barracks as well. Would like to see Lurtz out if he's not already out to deal with Glorfindel. But at this point, he might just not have enough resources, as he's basically being barreled down on the front. The elves now claiming the outpost here, and that's going to grant additional income to the side that I would say is already winning. There's just absolutely no pressure being applied to any of their mines or buildings. All of their infrastructure is well intact, while basically the front door of Isengard and his teammates are being pressed, are being knocked on right now. Lurtz is out. He is in the back here, focusing down Glorfindel. However, at this point, Glorfindel, basically has been switched to defensive mode. A great idea, as he's stuck in this position, and he's going to only be locked down for another moment here. Lurtz not up to level 4 or level 3 yet, where he can use that Carnage ability. So Glorfindel going to be able to survive this quite easily. 3 units of Elven archers, the Lorien archers in the back here, and they're just going to be doing tons of damage, just throwing arrows basically at these pikemen, and they're just going to be falling so quickly. It's not even, it's basically no contest right now, as the elven archers are just no match. The crossbowmen here, actually a great addition. There's just too many elven archers at this time, and Glorfindel is just too strong at this point, where I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold this off. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the Mordor fortress still stands. Looks like he has gotten up a couple of pits there to start helping to reproduce his army. But with so many dwarves here, I mean, what can he do? These orcs just cannot deal enough damage to these dwarves. There's just no way. You need huge amounts of orc archers in order to take down, you know, this amount of dwarves. And Agmar continuing to push here on the right side. There is a couple of, looks like a summoned unit possibly from 6 is going to be these archers here, or these rangers, excuse me. But I think the Gundabad warriors here are just going to easily overwhelm them. And that's going to get cleaned up quite easily. Meanwhile, on the top side, it looks like Gottfriends has managed to stabilize here. He's attempting to build a war pit, most likely to deal with the amount of elven archers that there are. But at this point, I feel like it might just be a little too late. He needs to have gone for this either sooner. I mean, he's basically trying to do a tech switch right now to deal with what's on the field. I just don't know if he has enough time, is the thing. Legolas is now out as well. Legolas is going to be able to pick off those Warg Riders very quickly. On the right-hand side, the Mordor fortress now in a lot of trouble as it is being surrounded by Predator and Fenris, and they are slowly taking it down here. The Horsemen still alive from the very beginning of the game. Going to be able to take out a building there. If they can get the builder, that's going to be huge. They do. And with that, I think, does Mordor have an additional builder here? If so, I'm not sure where it is, and he's going to lose his fortress. And if he loses his fortress and his last building here, he's going to be eliminated from the game. The fortress does go down, and when this falls, is he going to be eliminated? That is the current question. Hwaldir back to full health now, in the midst, fighting, taking down the remaining, orcs here. And as they fall, that's going to mean the end of this orc pit. And yes, that is the last building. Spor has been defeated. It is now a 2 versus 3. Can can Gottfriends here and his ally 6 hold this off? The answer is probably not. Lurt's almost dead. I think I saw Legolas gain a level in there somewhere. Yeah, Legolas still full health, level 4, chasing down Lurtz. Lurtz is just no match for Legolas. And the forces of Fenris and Predator now moving to the camp that is 6dio, Gondor's, the White City here, beginning to be bombarded from these hordes of dwarves. And, well, I guess dwarves aren't really considered hordes. I guess legions maybe of dwarves and hordes of Rudar spearmen and axe throwers. On the right-hand side, we do have Legolas now throwing down his knife fighter ability to help take out some of these buildings. And with that, I think that Gottfriends here is going to fall. This has been quite a short game, as Fenris and his allies were just dominant in this game, making all the right moves, making the right attacks, and just, having the right units in the right places, as well as Max being incredibly efficient with those horsemen. Are they finally dead is the question, or are they still alive? They are still alive. He's got him back here now, up to level 4, just healing at this fountain. Elrond now as well, just popped out of the fortress there. And I think Lurtz here is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's tried to single out Legolas, but Legolas just has way too much backup here. And Lurt's actually going to be able to survive for now, but no, I'm sorry. Double shot from Legolas to the face, and that is going to finish him off. And with that, Gottfriends is going to submit to the forces of Fenris and his allies. It looks like 6 here going to hold on for just a little bit longer as the forces surround his city. Glowing now out as well, but as he sees the huge army approaching from the left, he is going to go ahead and GG out of this game. Thanks everyone for watching. Please feel free to like, and subscribe. I can't promise too many more videos, but or how often the videos will come out, but I can promise more videos eventually. If you guys like this cast, please let me know. Please let me know if the volume levels are all right. Otherwise, I can turn up or turn down certain volumes. Just let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Master Cloud signing out.